everyone, your audacious sparrow here, and today we'll dive into the mytho-epic world of Atlantis. Let's start with a legendary lake called the Lake of Four Beginnings or the Lake of Two Truths. This lake is full of myths and deep metaphorical meanings. It was located in the White City, the main city of Atlantis. Occasionally, I also called it Atlantis, which literally means land of the West. The White City was once the heart of life in the world-long past. Its capital perched on the largest island of the archipelago, the island of the first comers, overflowed with bright, living ideas. It was the diamond of the empire, a place where people and wonders alike gathered. A vast port, turning into a bustling market, shone with brilliant colors and countless marvels. Travelers from the farthest corners of the unknown world came seeking shelter and happiness. Atop the eternal hill, the blessed temple radiated an aura of mystery. Waterfalls tumbled from its weary slopes, while the rocks themselves seemed to weep under the weight of hidden knowledge. Beyond the haze of clouds, the snowy peaks of the nearer mountains stood in the silent majesty. The White City was a place where one could discover everything, yet risk losing something far more precious: humanity. And in the White City there was the famous lake, the Lake of Four Beginnings or Two Truths. Its waters formed a cross shape and they're mostly warm, fed by two mountain rivers. There are two main legends about the origin of its name. The first says that truth, which in the language of Atlantis also meant order and balance, was released then two opposite parts of the single whole existed: sky and earth, day and night, light and darkness. That cross-shaped lake contains these two halves of single whole, stretching in opposite directions. The second legend says that the lake reflected the very sound of the universe, two strings of a single beginning. Indeed, in spring a barely noticeable crackling could be heard among the green rocky slopes around the lake. This was why it was called the Lake of Two Truths, like the primordial strings of the universe, expanding space and time with their sound. Some say this sound was caused by the meeting of the ice mountain rivers with the warm geyser waters. During the spring flood, the crash of two opposite temperatures created a unique resonance that echoed across the lake. And now I'd like to share a dialogue between Osiris and Set, one I only discovered fairly recently. It appears in the story, an epic tale about the life and fate of Set, Empire of Ashes and the Black Kingdom. I was a child, 8 or 9 years old. My father and I went to the shore of the Lake of Two Truths. Few remembers that in the old dialect truth had a slightly different meaning. He approached the eagle, now perched nearby, and gently stroked its feathers. Aif responded by softly running his beak over Osiris' hand, as if searching for feathers that weren't there. That day my father told me an old legend about the formation of the universe, how non-existence became existence, and chaos took shape. Have you ever heard that story? I suppose anyone who has ever walked the shores of the White City has heard it, I replied, smiling at the memory that had long been tucked away. Then you must remember, he continued, that according to the legend, before the first moment of the existence, nothing had form. Everything had one, in total confusion. The origin chaos. There were no opposites then said. Do you understand? Not really, I said, frowning slightly. In the opposition of day and night, light and darkness, sky and earth, every seeming opposite, lies the very structure of life. It's the movement and development of each particle of existence. In the ocean of primordial chaos, the Creator was one. There were no two things. Only after the Creator expanded into parts did the boundary between unity and multiplicity appear. Two waves arose, two truths. Within these truths, order emerged, established in opposition to the formless chaos. What do you mean by this? In the ancient dialect, truth was also meaning. Truth spoke essence itself. Osiris said, I still struggled to grasp his meaning. My father then spoke of the lake at the very bottom of the ocean of chaos, in its deep heart. That lake called meaning was the heart of the Creator. There, the beginning of everything was set. The first thought arose, which dividing into two, shaped chaos. This created the lake of two meaning, not the one in the white city, but the one in the heart of the existence. Perhaps that is why today the words for heart and thought are the same. Everything begins in the heart. Everything flows from thought. He smiled, a tingle of sadness in his gaze, and looked from the eagle back to me. Your words and the words of the priests do not contradict each other. This is the great harmony of the order. The heart or thought is dual.